what we have here is a leaky Delta single lever kitchen faucet. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to rebuild it so we can repair this leak. These are the parts that you will probably be needing. This is a set of springs and seats. This is the seat, the spring. If your ball is worn out, then you will need to replace the ball. If not, you can use the ball that you've got. This is the cam that makes the ball handle move in a certain direction. This is your cam washer. This keeps from leaking around the ball. These are your O-rings that we're going to replace. Some of your kits will come with a tool like this. It has an 1/8 inch Allen on the end, and then a tool on this end that you can adjust the cam. Then some plumbing grease. Of course, is turn off the water going to the faucet. Okay, we've turned the water off to the faucet. The water's off. So now we need to remove the handle. To remove the handle, you need a 1/8 inch Allen wrench. We're going to loosen the Allen set screw. Remove the handle. Set it aside. Next we need to remove the bonnet cap. The bonnet cap is what holds the ball in. So to do that, we're just going to take the bonnet cap loose. Sometimes you may need a wrench to do this. Set that aside. Then we're going to pull out the ball. That is the ball. This is your cam and your cam washer. Set them aside. Then I'm just going to use the Allen wrench to remove the seats in here. You said you got one seat and a spring, and we're just going to replace them. Next, we're going to replace the O-rings on the spout. We're going to remove the spout. This is the O-ring removing tool. Some call it a dental pick. But we're just going to hook. But you can use anything you can. Just get you something, hook under this O-ring, pull it right off. I'm going to do both of them. Pull it right off the top. Now we're going to replace the O-rings. We're going to put the top one on first. Make sure you get it down into the groove. Put the second one on. Just roll it right over the top one. Right on down. And be sure it goes in the groove. Okay. The next thing I'm going to show you is the diverter. See, this has a sprayer on it. And for that sprayer to work, it has to divert the water over to the sprayer. Your diverter for your sprayer is right here on front. It's this little device right here. It just moves in and out when the sprayer is cut on. Ours is in good working order, so we're not going to replace it, but that's where it's at. Next, we're going to put new seats and springs in. Okay, I'm going to take my spring, put my seat on top of it, just put it on, and just slide it right in. Make sure it sets down into the hole. Take my next spring and seat, do the same thing. Make sure it sets in the hole. I'm going to take a little plumber's grease, I like to put a little bit around these O-rings. It makes them move easier. Slide back on your spout. Now we're ready to put everything back together. This is the ball. One thing you need to look at is the little slot right here. What this does, it aligns the holes where it'll work properly. If it gets worn out, it may not work properly. Need to make sure it's on the little pin that's in here. Make sure it sits down on the little pin. Now we're going to put our cam washer and our cam on. The cam can only go one way. It's got a little pin right here that goes in this notch. So you need to make sure it goes in there and stays there. So that when you start to put the bonnet cap back on, make sure it doesn't twist on you. Next thing you have, you can look at, I'm going to show you, but it's usually not necessary to do. This is an adjusting nut for your cam. And that's what this little tool here is for. It's got two little pins on it that fit in these notches where you can adjust the tightness down on the cam. When you turn it back on, if water's coming up through here, then you can tighten down a little bit on it. Normally it's not necessary. So now I'm going to turn the water back on. It's like it's working properly. No water seems to be coming out of here, so we're ready to put the handle back on. Slide the handle on. And tighten down your Allen screw. There you have it. Now while I'm here, I'm going to talk a little bit about the spray head. If your spray head leaks or starts, if your spray head leaks, won't shut off or something, and you need to replace it, it unscrews right here. And you can get a replacement head that'll screw right back on. And this has a little O-ring on it right here, so that if necessary it's leaking around the threads, you can put that, leaking around here, you can replace that O-ring. The other thing is on some of them there's a little clip right here that pops off where you can replace this whole thing here too. All that's very simple to do.